How many games will the Denver Broncos win in 2024? Broncos country, let's ride. You may not hear that saying anymore because Russell Wilson's gone. So, what's going on, Broncos fans and Broncos country? It's Emmanuel Jones here, back at it with another NFL record prediction. And this time we'll be doing our NFL record prediction for the Denver Broncos for a 2024 NFL season. Now, giving you my thoughts to see which games I think the Broncos will win and which games I think the Broncos will lose. So before I give you my record prediction for the Denver Broncos for a 2024 NFL season, don't forget to put a thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and comment down your opinion below to see which games you think how good you think the Broncos will be. Do you think the Broncos are going to take a step forward this year and make the playoffs? Do you think they're going to or you think they're going to win division, or you think they're going to miss out on the playoffs once again? Let me know in the comments section below what you guys think. So, as I said, I don't know who the quarterback for the Broncos is going to be. If it's going to be Zach Wilson, or it's going to be Bo Nix, the rookie, or it's going to be Jarrett Stidham. Now, Zach Wilson is kind of more like a third-string quarterback, in my opinion. Like, I don't think he's that good. And Bo Nix is only a rookie, which I don't think he's that good either. And, Jarrett Stidham, I don't even know who the quarterback for the Broncos is. I think Sean Payton might keep them competitive in some of their games. So, yeah. So, we're going to, get started with the schedule, and then I'll tell you what the record prediction is for Denver. Week 1, they have to play on the road against Seattle. Obviously, Seattle's a tough place to play at early in the year. I think Seattle should easily win that game because the Seahawks just got the better quarterback. They got the better coach. I mean, they're at home and they're just a better team overall. They kind of have a better defense than the Broncos. And I wouldn't trust a rookie on the road, especially against a proven quarterback and a good defense like Seattle. So, yeah. So, especially they got more weapons on offense as well. So, I think the Seahawks win that game. Week 2 against the Steelers. This is a Russell Wilson revenge game, so I got to get, even though the game's in Denver, I'm giving the Steelers the win here because the Steelers just got the better quarterback. They're a more complete team overall, and they slightly have a better defense than you guys. And I don't think the Broncos really have much of a pass rush to slow down the Steelers' running game. So I think Jaylen Warren can have a good game. Russell Wilson can have a good game. And I think the defense can totally win them this game, which I think their defense will come to play in this game. And I think their defense will stop the Broncos running game. And they pretty much got a great secondary that can really give the Broncos pass catching problems. So, yeah. I think the Steelers win that game. Then next game, week 3 against the Buccaneers. Obviously, the Bucs should easily win that game because the Bucs are at home. They got the better quarterback. They're a more complete team and slightly got a better defense overall and more weapons on offense. I wouldn't trust a rookie against a proven quarterback against a Todd Bowles defense that's really good against the run and the pass. So, yeah. I think the Bucs should easily win that game. Then week 4 against the Jets. Obviously, they'll lose to the Jets because the Jets are a better team overall. They got the better quarterback. They're at home. They slightly got a better defense than the Broncos. So, yeah. And they slightly got more weapons on offense, too. And slightly a better secondary. So, yeah. So, I think the Jets should easily win that game, too. Week 5 against the Raiders. I think they'll lose that game at home against the Raiders. Raiders, I think they're just a better team overall. I mean, the Raiders don't know who the quarterback's going to be. I mean, that's pretty much it. I got the Raiders in that game. Then next game, they got to play against the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, last year, I believe that the Broncos did sweep them. But I'm going to say that they're going to win one game against the Chargers. So I'm going to say the Broncos get their first win at home against the Chargers because, Denver Chargers that tend to struggle on the road against the Broncos, and I think the Broncos, are gonna like. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much why I think Denver will win. And then next game, week 7, they got to play against the Saints in New Orleans on a Thursday. This is on a short week. This can go either way. Now, most people could be picking the Broncos to win because this is a Sean Payton revenge game. But I'm gonna roll with the Saints here because New Orleans is just a tough place to play at. The game is in New Orleans and it's at home, which the Saints are a dome team. And the Saints just got more weapons on offense. They got a better quarterback, and I think they got the better defense. In my opinion, like I think their defense. I wouldn't trust a rookie against that good of a defense like the Saints. So I think the Saints can win that game with their defense is probably going to win that game. And then they pretty much got good corners that can really match up against the Broncos pass catchers. So yeah, I think the Saints can win that game for sure. Next game against the Carolina Panthers. This is a game that can go either way. Obviously, I think that's a game I can definitely see Denver winning because it's at home. But I'm leaning towards Carolina because I think Carolina just is more stable at the quarterback position. They got more weapons on offense, and they got a better offensive line. I think the Panthers can move the ball on them, especially they can throw at them a little bit. I think I think the Panthers are going to do a good job. Even though he sucks, I think they're going to do a good job keeping him clean. So, yeah, I think the Panthers find a way to win that game. But I think it's going to be an offensive game. But both their defenses aren't great, but I think Panthers' offense might win in this game. But I think it could be a defensive game because both teams can't really score a lot of points. Then next game against the Baltimore Ravens. In Baltimore, I got to give the Ravens a win here. The Ravens are just a better team, better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're at home. I mean, yeah. A rookie against a good defense at the Ravens, nah. And against a proven quarterback, nah. Ravens easy win. Next game against the Chiefs. Obviously, I think the Chiefs win this game because they have home, better quarterback, better coaching staff. They got more weapons on offense. Better team overall, better defense. I mean, yeah, that's why. Then week 11 against the Falcons. This is a game the Broncos could win, but I'm leaning towards Atlanta because Atlanta just got the better quarterback, better version of the Broncos because they got more weapons on offense, but their defense is not great, and they got a better old line as well. So yeah, that's why. Against the Las Vegas Raiders, week 12, I think they get swept by the Raiders. The game's in Vegas, and Raiders tend to play the Broncos hard and pretty much own the Broncos. Like, if I want to pick the Broncos to beat the Raiders in one game, I just need to see before I believe it. Like, I just don't think the Broncos are going to beat the Raiders once because, I just need to see it before I believe it. So, yeah, that's why I think the Raiders are going to sweep them. The next game on a Monday night against the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, this is a game that can go either way. Now, Broncos last year did beat them. That's when their defense really shut down the entire offense of the Browns. That's when, the Browns, defense didn't play really good. I think the Browns get the revenge because, of what happened last year. Like, I think the Browns, defense is going to give the Broncos offense some issues. And they pretty good got a talented secondary that can cover Cortland Sutherland. They have a strong offensive line, a strong running game. I think they can run the ball on the Broncos. They have, weapons on offense that can really give the Broncos defense problems. And I think, Deshaun, feel like even though he stinks, I think the Browns will do a good job keeping him clean. So yeah, I like the Browns here to win that game on the road. Then they get a bye week. And after the bye week, they have to play against the Colts. I think they lose out straight. I think they lose out after the bye, like to the Colts, Chargers, Bengals, and Chiefs. Now, the reason why I got them lose to the Colts because the Colts have a better quarterback. They're just a better team overall. They got a better defensive line. They got better weapons on offense that can give the Broncos defense problems. So, yeah, that's pretty much why I think the Colts win that game. And the reason why I got them losing to the Chargers in LA because LA is a tough place to play at, and the Chargers might want that revenge from after Denver swept them last year. And especially Chargers got a better quarterback, better coach. They're at home. I think they're a better team overall, so that's why. And then they got to play the Bengals on Saturday. I got them losing to the Bengals because the Bengals are just a better team overall, better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're at home. I mean, that's pretty much why. And then I got them losing to the Chiefs in the final game because I have a feeling the Chiefs are going to sweep the Broncos because they always continue to do that. But last year, I remember when Denver did beat the Chiefs in one game. That's when in Denver. That's when Mahomes got sick in that game. So I mean, if the Chiefs rest their starters, I think the Broncos are probably going to win that game. But if they don't, I think the Chiefs will win. So yeah, and plus they got more to play for because they're going to be locking in for a playoff spot, while Denver is probably not going to make it in. So yeah, that's pretty much why. So basically, I got the Broncos, winning one game this year. I got them going in 1-16 this year. I know that's bold for Denver. I know it sucks for Denver, but that's how I see it. I feel like 1-16 will be their final record. I'm not like when you look at the Broncos schedule, I feel like it's really tough because they have to play the Seahawks. They play the best division in football, which is the Steelers, the Browns, the Bengals, and the Ravens. They play the Chiefs twice. They play the Raiders twice. They even gonna play the Chargers twice. They played the Falcons. They play the Saints and the Bucks and the Jets. So this is totally a hard schedule for Denver. Like, I'm really not a huge fan of Bo Nix. Like, I don't even know if he's gonna be that great, but I don't think he's gonna be any great. And I think they're probably gonna be in position to draft the quarterback in 2025. But I don't know who it's going to be. But that's how I see it for the Broncos is 1-16. I view them as one of the worst teams in the league and all that. So yeah, I mean the Broncos, they got Sean Payton as a head coach. I feel like he's gonna give them a little bit of a boost. The offensive line is still a major question. Their receiving core is totally not good after trading Jerry Jeudy away, but I like the Troy Franklin addition. Marvin Mims is gonna probably be a really good stud at wide. He could be a good number 2 wide receiver in the future. Javonte Williams still stud at running back. Now the defense have a lot of questions. Like I think their defensive line is not great. Their secondary outside of Patrick Surtain isn't great. Like they don't really have a lot of talent, like on both sides of the ball to like be an elite team. Like and I'm not really a huge fan of the quarterback position. So yeah, I mean that's how I see it for the Broncos is 1-16. I can definitely see them at least winning at least like one more game. Like I could definitely see them at least beating the Raiders once. I can see them beating the Panthers, or I can definitely see them beating the Saints, or like the Colts, or I can definitely see them beating the Chiefs once, one of these games. But I just don't see it. I think the Broncos can go somewhere from 1 to 3 wins this year. I'm sticking with one because I just have questions about the quarterback position. Like I don't think Bo Nix is going to be any great. I don't know if he has potential. I think he has potential to be good, but if he can be really good, I think the Broncos won't be in position to draft the quarterback. So yeah, and they pretty much have Zach Wilson, who I'm not a fan of, which I don't think he's any good. I think he's just one of the worst starters in the NFL. And Jarrett Stidham, I don't think he's any good either. So yeah. So 1-16 is what I have for the Broncos. I view them as one of the worst teams in the league, but I hope they can prove me a little wrong. But that's how I see it. And I really hate to say this. I don't like doing these type of videos like this, but I have to because that's just my opinion. So yeah, so let me know what you think about the Broncos. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm an idiot? Do you think I'm crazy? Just let me know in the comments section below how you feel about the Broncos. So 1-16 is my project record for them. Well, thank you guys for watching. See you guys later in the next video. Peace.